Hello everyone, this is Gail from Gail's Upstairs Studio. I hope you're all doing well. You can probably already tell this is going to be a different kind of a video, so let me start out by explaining myself. This is a homemade marble game board that my father-in-law made years ago. This is a family tradition on my husband's side of the family that all of the family plays. The board is homemade, and this is the container that the marbles and the dice are housed in. It's an old frosting container, and all the dice and all the marbles are in there. And you can play up to 6 players or just 2 players. And I would like to have a little bit better solution for the dice and the marbles, because every player needs 1 die and every player needs 4 of the same marbles. That's basically your game pieces. So we've been using this for years, and I thought it might be time to come up with something new. And coincidentally, my niece is here with me for 2 weeks. She is a college student, and her college major is mechanical engineering, so she's always had an engineering kind of mind. So we decided we'd play around and see if we could come up with. I'm going to show you what we're going to use. This is going to take several days because we're busy doing other things too. So I'm introing it now, and I'm going to show you some of the things that we're thinking about using, and then I'll show you some of the process through the week, and then we will show you what we come up with at the end. So first of all, let me take out 1 marble and 1 die. We're going to have 6 sets of marbles in here, and probably I want to say 12 dice, because these are old dice and people will tend to try to they will try several before they get to the one they want. So we're going to have 12 even though we only need 6. And this here is, you've seen it before, it is my old Mungio palette that I replaced with a newer palette for the paints that were in here. And what I have done is I have taken the other mixing flap that comes off here. I've taken that off already. And what our plan is we are going to make this our marble box. And I also happen to have this plastic piece with these divots in it that were actually came on top of, I had a case of markers and it was on top of the markers to keep the markers steady, and I didn't need that anymore, so I saved it thinking I would maybe make a paint palette out of that someday. But it fits the marbles in it perfectly. So this is another one of the things we're going to use. And we're also going to use some Montmartre air hardening modeling clay. We're going to try to make this a little bit more of an elegant situation. We're also going to paint it, and we're going to use my Sharpie paint markers to decorate the outside. I hope you enjoy the process. We have scuffed up the outside of our container. Excuse the shadow, we're outside. We've scuffed it up and we've taken the thumb ring off the back. It was right here. And now we're going to spray paint it. Okay, it has been a couple of days and our box is all painted and dried and ready to go. I've taken the thumb ring off like I mentioned the last time, and I've also flattened those out just a little bit so it sits better. And these are what we're going to be using to make the inside of this box. It's going to be pretty simple. We have decided not to use the clay. We're going to use foam core instead. And I also want to mention that I misspoke earlier, and there's not 6 sets of marbles, there's 10 sets of marbles. And I already showed you what they're fitting in, and this is going to be part of the box. This is the the cover to that marker set that I had. And the first thing we have done is we measured out what the 12 die are all together, and we made a template for that, and we made a template for the bottom part of this tray. And the other materials that we're going to use are poster board for template, a pencil and razor blade, and instead of clay we are using black foam core. So let's get started.
Magic of editing. If I mess up any of these, we could switch it out for the ones already pre-done like they do in cooking shows. Fine, switch the end product out for the one we already did.
Yeah.
The viewers won't know the difference. Like when they have a turkey that has to marinate for 5 hours on a cooking show, and they just pull another one out after the time.
here is our finished box. I wrote marbles on the end, and I did work on it some off camera. What happened is in the middle of working on it, I got called away because someone was here, and when I came back to finish it, I forgot to turn the camera back on. So I just continued with some decoration in gold and black on the top. And we haven't got a clear coat finish on this yet, but I will be doing that. And then here is the inside. Everything's all nicely contained. And then when you close it, it stays contained, so that's nice. A little bit more information about this game, if you're curious. This is actually a homemade version of an old popular game. I believe it was called Aggravation. You could buy it in stores. This is just a homemade version that my father-in-law made, as I have said, and I'm kind of tickled with how we decided to do this box because it's very much in the spirit of how he did everything. He used what he had to make something different, and that's what we are doing. He was very creative in a different way than what you would think, but he always could make cool things out of just things he already had. And we will end this video by starting a game of marbles. And I want to thank my niece Lacey for helping me do this project. Those are her hands. And here we go. These marbles are always mine. They're these clear turquoise colored cat's eyes. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.